Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather at noon.
Well, good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. Taylor Plott here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center with a check on your forecast. I'll get to the live radar here very shortly because we do have some showers, and of course we're watching our strong storm risk. That's still on the board to an extent, but I will say the better chance for severe weather will be off to our south, but I'll take a look at that here very shortly. Of course, Thanksgiving week. What about that Thanksgiving forecast, even Black Friday forecast, and over the weekend? I'll have more on that coming up very shortly. Let's dive right into it. First off, live look from our Arctic Air Skycam network, and I will say I do believe the Huntsville camera is working. I think it's just pretty foggy up there on Montesano. I have seen what looks like to be some trees down there on the bottom side, so definitely a foggy start to the day for some, but Lawrenceburg, Florence, Savannah here on the Arctic Air Skycam network showing some peaks of sun, some blue skies starting to peek through some of that cloud cover across parts of northwestern Alabama. We still have that cold front to deal with. We will have more showers and storms tracking on through, at least for parts of the area. I think most of it's going to end up being closer to Interstate 65 and off to the east. So let's dive right into it with the live radar view on our Live Viper radar network. All of this that you see right here is not severe, not strong whatsoever. There's actually no lightning with this activity here in this frame. Just some spotty, heavier showers here near the Huntland area of Franklin County, Tennessee, down towards New Market. Also down towards the south side of Huntsville, looks like a heavy cell that's over there towards the river, towards Ditto Landing as well on the east side of the Arsenal, and more showers and even some storms further down to the south. So let's get a little bit of a closer view here. We're going to zoom in to parts of northeastern Alabama a little closer. Fort Payne, Ider, seeing some of those showers and maybe a rumble of thunder or two here and there right along Interstate 59. Scottsboro, you're pretty dry right now, and then that activity that is mentioned from Huntland down towards New Market and then down towards that south side of Huntsville. Now, the other part of our viewing area from Moulton over towards Russellville, Florence, Tuscumbia, you're dry right now, and you should be dry for the rest of the day, except for maybe a spotty shower behind the front. The front itself is basically right around here. It's going to be one of two fronts moving through. This is the first one. Then we'll have another one coming in late tonight that's going to drop our temperatures. We're watching these cells very closely. They aren't showing signs of organization right now, so that's telling me that there's really no strong or severe storm risk with these at the moment, but that could change as we head later on to the afternoon hours. This one coming out of Coleman County right now, and that one will eventually make its way into parts of southern Morgan County. So if you are out and about doing some maybe Thanksgiving shopping or stuff like that in the Hartsville area down towards Eva and Falkville, you got another heavy cell that's moving into your direction here in maybe about 30 to 45 minutes. Now back in the picture out, this is what we're watching right now. It's this area right here that has thunder and lightning with it across parts of Pickens and Lamar County, eventually getting into parts of Fayette County here, and we'll get into parts of Tuscaloosa County as well. This is going to be the area that we're going to have to watch because it is tracking to the northeast, but it's not going to impact all of our viewing areas. So that's why I said Russellville to Florence, you're pretty much over with. All of this will be tracking generally in this direction. So that's where we have Morgan County, the Hartsville area, over towards the Huntsville metro area. That's probably going to be our main focus later on today for some strong, maybe an isolated severe storm. The better chance is going to be here across parts of central Alabama. The Storm Prediction Center and the Weather Service office in Birmingham, they are coordinating a tornado watch that will be issued well south of our area here in probably the next handful of minutes. That's going to be with any discrete storms that develop ahead of that main line and, of course, the line itself. So this is what we're going to be watching for, and it's going to be primarily impacting parts of Morgan and Madison counties here in our area. So that's why we really don't have a huge severe weather risk today, because our window is very short, and not only that, but the window itself across our viewing area is a very, very small sliver. Most of us are just going to be rain-free for the rest of the afternoon. Here's that first front that I mentioned. That's sparking off that line that's ongoing across parts of western Alabama. Here's the other one. That one's going to be moving on through, giving us a cooler shot of air going into your Wednesday. So here's the Storm Prediction Center. Here's the day one risk right now, and that's going in line with what I talked about. That area is going to be tracking up here and gradually moving to the east. So from Huntsville down to Hartsville, Falkville, and Eva, eventually down towards Coleman, Double Springs, and east outside our viewing areas. So Scottsboro, Ida, Rainsville, Fort Payne, over towards Mentone and Gunnersville, down towards Boaz as well. That's where the best chance is for severe weather, but that best chance is still a level 1 out of 5. So it's not that huge of an issue. We will have to watch for some damaging wind potential and maybe a quick spin up tornado, but we don't anticipate big time severe weather issues across the Tennessee Valley. Now go down south, like I mentioned, where they have that tornado watch that'll be issued there soon. They could be dealing with some rough storms later on today. Here's your futurecast over the next 24 hours. Fast forward to 2 o'clock. By this point, most of that line is going to be east of Interstate 65 and getting out of our hair going into your afternoon hours. Now behind that, winds will start to be a little bit breezy at times. And then once we get that other cold front moving through going into your Wednesday, then it's really going to start to pick up that breeze going into your morning and afternoon tomorrow. This evening, most places just dealing with some clouds. Maybe an isolated shower or two. Most places will be dry, so if you have any evening plans, don't cancel them. Know that there might be a spotty shower or two, but you should be good to go. Here's Wednesday morning. There are the winds coming out of the west-northwest, sustained at 11 to maybe 15 miles per hour. Could be seeing gusts anywhere from 15, 20, maybe 25 at times. We're going to see a lot of sunshine, but our temperatures aren't going to be warming up too much. We'll get into the 50s during the afternoon hours, but with that wind, it will make it feel a little bit cooler. So if you do have any outdoor plans, just keep that in mind. Temperatures right now across our area, they're stuck in the 60s right now, but where we're starting to see a little bit more sunshine, we're starting to warm up. We're at 67 here in Florence, over in Florence, 64 here in Lawrenceburg, 64 in Pulaski, 61 in Huntsville, and 62 in Decatur. If we are going to get any stronger severe storms, we're going to need those temperatures to be like what they are over here in Florence across parts of east of Interstate 65. 61 and 62, that's on the marginal side. You kind of want those temperatures to be in the mid and upper 60s and those dew points in the low to mid 60s. So we'll just keep a close eye on trends over the next handful of hours. Temperatures will generally get up into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees today, especially west of Interstate 65, and your evening looks rather dry with temperatures in the 60s. So here's your forecast highs this afternoon: 71 in Huntsville, 73 in Decatur, also 72 in the Shoals, 68 here in Lawrenceburg, 69s for both Columbia and Mount Pleasant. Now going into your evening, just a spotty shower possible. Temperatures dropping down into the 60s, eventually the upper 50s by the time we hit 10 p.m. this evening with a west wind at about 3 to 5 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, we'll see our temperatures drop down into the upper 40s across parts of southern Tennessee, maybe some mid 40s west of US 43, and hanging on to upper 40s to near 50 degrees here across parts of northern Alabama. Now going into your Wednesday, I mentioned it's going to be breezy and it's going to be cooler. High temperatures getting up into the 50s, 56 in Lewisburg and Columbia, 54 in Waynesboro, 55 in Savannah, 56 in Fayetteville, also 56 in Decatur, 55 over there in the Shoals. So definitely want to have that jacket on hand. Not only for Wednesday, but guess what? For Turkey Day and for Black Friday as well. 49 on Thanksgiving, 48, or it's going to be 49 on Black Friday as well. Mostly clear though, but there could be some breezy conditions at times, so it will still feel rather cool. So across the Tennessee Valley for your Thanksgiving, you're going to need that jacket. Now, if you are traveling across the nation, you're probably already getting ready to travel, but if you're traveling on Thanksgiving Day, here's what the nation looks like on Thursday. The good news is we aren't expecting any major severe storm system across the lower 48. The only impacts that you could possibly see are here across parts of the Great Lakes. Got some lake effect snow from Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. So Buffalo, New York, Syracuse, over towards Erie, Pennsylvania, could be seeing some of those snow showers. The major cities along the eastern seaboard, though, from Boston down to New York and Washington, D.C., looking at mostly dry, if not completely dry conditions, temperatures in the 40s. The cold spot across the country is going to be here in the upper Midwest and towards the Great Lakes. Chicago coming in at 33 on your Thanksgiving, 26 in Minneapolis, but check out west. Denver coming in at 55 degrees. That's really warm for this time of year over there in the Front Range of the Rockies. 60 in Albuquerque, 69 over there in Vegas. Over there towards LA, coming in at 73 degrees with some clouds. If you are traveling to the Pacific Northwest, Seattle, dealing with some rainfall, maybe some mountain snow over there on the mountain ranges, going into parts of Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and into parts of Montana as well. So going to your Thanksgiving destination should be pretty good. Now, coming back from your Thanksgiving destination, there could be some iffiness. So let's fast forward to your Saturday here from the European model. Area low pressure off to our west, dealing with rainstorms from Kansas City, Omaha, Nebraska, down towards OKC and the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. This will be moving into our neck of woods going into late Saturday and into the daytime on Sunday. So let's time it out for you as it looks right now. We should be mostly dry for your Saturday, but once we get into late Saturday, here's 11 p.m., probably tracking some showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder with this. Of course, with our severe weather season, we're just going to have to watch and see what happens with these systems. I don't think we're dealing with a big-time severe weather issue with this, though, as it looks right now. So tracking showers and storms during your late evening hours on your Saturday. That continues into your Sunday morning, 8 a.m. here. So if you're going off to your church services on Sunday, you might need that rain gear on hand. Those showers and storms continue to track on through. By the time we get to the afternoon and evening hours, as it looks right now, 5 p.m., obviously things can change between now and then. Should be on the backside of the system with just maybe some lingering showers, but we should be drying out. And then maybe a chance for some showers going into your Monday as it looks right now. So here's your rain chances over the next 7 days. That is our next best chance of rain, Saturday into Sunday, and then holding on to isolated chances once we get into your Monday next week. That's going to be starting off the first week of December. I still can't believe it is towards the end of 2025. So here's your 7-day forecast. Not only is it going to be cold on your Thanksgiving Day and into Friday, it's going to be very cold in the morning as well. 29 Thursday morning, down to 24 going into your Black Friday. So if you are one of those shoppers that has to be first in line to start things off on Friday morning, you're going to need that jacket. Heck, might even need that parka on hand too, with the temperatures down into the lower and middle 20s. We maintain those 20s overnight going into your Saturday morning, then we gradually warm back up into the 50s to near 60 going into your Sunday and Monday of next week. So, of course, we are going to continue to watch those showers and storms. I'll flip you over here towards links 2 real quick. Just give another quick overview of what's going on. Again, we are watching this area right here. This is what we're going to potentially be dealing with across our area, but it's going to be moving in this general direction. So if you're in the Florence, Russellville, Shoals area, northwestern Alabama, you should be pretty good to go. Our main concern really is going to be kind of areas east of Interstate 65, so kind of this zone, if you will, over the next kind of handful of hours. That's going to be your spot to watch for some isolated strong, maybe a severe storm. Best severe chances will remain off to our south. So what we would emphasize is just stay weather aware today. It's not a huge severe weather risk, and we'll be here watching things, and of course we'll be on here in a moment's notice in case a warning is issued, but the better chance, like we've been stressing, will generally be south of our area across parts of central Alabama. That's your latest forecast here from the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. Fred Gossage will be in at 5 p.m. to have another full check on your forecast. Until then, I hope everybody has a fantastic Tuesday afternoon.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.